Michael Myers is fucking pissed. Hey everybody, Lindsay here, and welcome to my review for Halloween Kills. I went and saw Halloween Kills last night. I did a review on the 2018 Halloween, where they rebooted everything. From what I remember, I just thought it was okay. I didn't really care for many of the characters. Some of the kills were fun, and that was about it. That was my takeaway from the 2018 film. And this is the sequel to that one. So the order goes 1978, 2018, 2021. And we're just gonna jump right into spoilers because fuck it. So here's your spoiler warning. There are things that I really enjoyed about this film, and there are things that I really didn't enjoy about this film, or at least enjoyed on a different kind of level. But first I'm going to talk about what I did like. I loved the flashback scenes to 1978. I thought they fit the look and the vibe of the original very well. CG Loomis was pretty good. They did a pretty good job with that. The voice acting was almost perfect, but the CG, it was pretty well done. I was impressed by that. And I thought it was a clever way to not necessarily retcon the original, but just add a few things so that we get another character. Whether that character was needed is another story, but the way they introduced him worked. And this poor Lonnie kid, when we're first introduced to him, he's just getting bullied. And man, little girl bullies are the worst. They're just the worst. They're so awful. But we get a return of a lot of characters from the original. We get Lindsay, we get Tommy Doyle, we get Nurse Marion, which she did not deserve that. And that is one of the more terrifying scenes in the film, is that park scene. But man, Nurse Marion, she deserved better. And one little thing, I would have loved it if she just would have lit up a cigarette at some point.
The compassion's overwhelming, Doctor.
One scene that really got to me that I didn't expect to is when they get Laurie to the hospital and they show them doing surgery on her to fix her abdominal wound. And as someone who has experienced several abdominal surgeries, it was very effective. It was hard for me to watch that scene.
You had a knife in your stomach.
You and Allison should not have to keep running.
But where this movie really shines is whenever Michael is on screen. He is brutal and blunt and fucking pissed off. He is relentless. This movie is relentless with the violence, and the gore is off the charts. I loved it. I loved those sequences where he's just straight up killing people. And he will kill anybody. He'll kill young people, old people, white people, black people, gay people, straight people. He is an equal opportunity slasher. Nobody is safe. And for me, those sequences that he's in, because they're just so brutal and so intense, that's the best parts of the film for me. James Jude Courtney does a very good job with the physicality of the role. Now let's get to the stuff that I didn't really care for. The opening sequence is very well done. We get that flashback, and then it cuts to this bar scene. And it's like watching a completely different movie. And then we have Captain Buzzkill, Tommy Doyle, get up and share his story to everyone. And it's like, thanks, dude. We were all having a good time, and you just brought the energy way down at this party, okay? And for the first half of the film, I felt like I was watching two different movies as we switched back and forth between the really graphic Michael Myers scenes and the hospital scenes, and then following Tommy Doyle and his chums at the bar. It was two very different tones, and it was very jarring for me. I understand why they brought back these characters to tie it even stronger to the original. It was nice to see these characters, especially because a couple of them were the actual actors that were in the original, not just the characters, but the actors themselves. But they served no real greater purpose except for tying it to the original. And there were a lot of characters I just didn't care about. I still didn't care about the teenagers and Laurie's granddaughter. I didn't care. Kill her. I don't care. I don't care if she dies.
Do it! Do it!
And there was something like comedically enjoyable about watching Tommy Doyle and all these denizens of Haddonfield, you know, just slapdashing this posse together to go get Michael Myers. And it's it's so over the top.
What do we do?
We fight.
That whole hospital scene where the entire crowd is fired up and chasing the other mental patient. It's like Tommy Doyle so would have been at the January 6th riots. Just that character, the way he looked. And then we get to the ending and they've all got him surrounded on the street. They've laid this trap for him and they finally get him down and they like pause to let Judy Greer go comfort her daughter. And it's like the whole time during that scene, I'm like, cut his head off. Cut his fucking head off. Cut him into pieces and separate them. Eliminate the threat. Cut his fucking head off. But no, they'll stab him or hit him and then they'll stop. It's like, no, fucking destroy his body. And there were a lot of scenes that were just cheesy and over the top and completely melodramatic. And those kind of scenes really took me out of the film. I mean, they were enjoyable. They were fun to watch and laugh at. Especially, there's one scene where, you know, Laurie Strode and her daughter and granddaughter are at the hospital and the daughter and granddaughter are finding out that no, Michael Myers is still alive. He survived the fire and he killed all those firemen in spectacular fashion. And the cop says, no, we didn't find a body. And it cuts to the granddaughter and she just shouts, no!
Michael Myers is alive.
No! I laughed pretty hard at that.
The more he kills, the more he transcends.
And they get over the death of her father really quick, you know? They have a little freak out at the beginning, but then they're sitting on the steps and it's like, as long as we remember him, he'll still be with us. It's like he just was brutally murdered 2 hours ago. How are you even a coherent person right now after the trauma that you've been through? You should be in the fetal position on the floor.
We're gonna hunt him down and we're gonna put an end to this.
But overall, I had a fun time watching this movie. If you like the Halloween movies, if you want to go see something spooky or scary or fun during Halloween, go check this one out. The violence is next level, seriously. There's so many scenes in this, like when the scene where he's killing the older couple, I watched through my fingers because it was so brutal. So brutal. She's sitting there watching her husband just being... Michael just takes a knife, clunk. Another knife, clunk. Another fucking knife, clunk. It's brutal. So my final thoughts on this film are, if you are a Halloween fan, you definitely need to check this out. If you're a gore fan, you definitely need to check this out. And drink every time someone says, this ends tonight, or evil dies tonight, or Michael Myers must be stopped tonight. Anytime that phrase or a combination of those words is uttered, take a drink. You'll be piss drunk by the end. But that is going to do it for this review of Halloween Kills. So this is Lindsay signing off. I'll check you later.